Hello everyone, welcome to the new video. In this video we will learn about the JS graph. First I will show the demo using the static data, and then in the next part we will learn how we can show the JS graph using the dynamic data. To get the dynamic data from the database, I will use .NET Core with the C#. So graph will look like this. So this is the JS graph, like it's showing the data of two users, Simran and Mohit. It's showing that how many tickets are completed by each member in the month of Jan, Feb and March. Like here in the Simran completed 65 and Mohit only 28. If you want to see only for one data set, we are calling them data set which are visible here. So like Mohit, now it's showing only Simran data set. If I will click Simran, it will show only Mohit dataset. Now let's see how we can go for these things in the .NET Core with static data. I have already created one view on the home controller. I have created the action method, that is graph demo, that is the page. I added the particular view here, and first of all we should add this particular library. I have pasted this link inside the description. So this particular library is for the JS charts. Now at the runtime it will download the required files from the CDN, and also on it this particular another library, or we need to add this particular link so that our application or browser can understand about the charts. Now step by step I will explain like why we need these two. So first of all, take any div, and inside the div I am taking the canvas. So canvas is like a placeholder where the graph will stick. So I have given one ID to it, that is the team chart, and after that we can provide the height and width to particular canvas. Now after that, here this is the script where I'm writing the scripts, right? So first I added this particular library from the CDN. This is the Chart.js. So how the chart behave and how the charts are working, so everything is coming from this particular library. And these are the plugins. Second one is the plugin. When we want to extend the functionality of chart, at that time we can use these plugins. So let's go step by step. First of all, I am getting the canvas using the ID. So here I am using the JavaScript document.getElement by ID. I am using the particular ID name, and then getting the context of 2D, and I am storing it in the CTX. Okay, so after that once we get the data, after that in the next step I am taking one object of chart. It taking the two parameters. First parameter is the particular placeholder element, that is the CTX. So I am passing here CTX, and the second parameter is a delegate method, right? So it's like a so we can say that it's a delegate, or it will take the proper object, right? It's taking full object till here, and that object is containing multiple things. So here I'm letting it know that the type of the chart will be the bar chart. Then we need to part data, and data consists of label and data sets. So everything play around the label and data set, which I will explain when we will deal with the dynamic data. Even at that time we need to deal deeply with these two things. And then we have options. So what are the options? Actually whenever we want to add some different options, at that time we need to play with the plugins. So to support the plugins, we are adding this particular library from the CDN, so that our application can understand about the plugin. Like here I am using the number of tickets in each quarter. So this is the part of plugin providers title, and I am saying title should be displayable and title value will be this. So this text of number of value which are visible are coming from that particular number of ticket in each month. This one is coming from here. Now scales y is equal to begin at 0. So it means always it will start from 0, right? Sometime like if I will say false, you can see the impact here. Now if I am clicking the Simran, it is starting from 28. So by default it is managing like from where it should start. So now here it's not showing the data for Jan month because in the Jan only tickets are 28. So it's starting from the bilkul I can say bilkul I can say from the starting line. Sorry for Hindi. Yeah, so here. Okay, now I will mark it as it. Okay, so now let's understand what is labels and what are the data sets. So whatever label we will provide, it's like a array which take the string values, whatever the values we will provide here. So we provided 3 elements inside labels array. So here first element, second and third, it will show on the x-axis Jan, Feb, March. So these are here, right? And then each level column will represent one particular data set. So this particular level contain this much area, right? Like here two bars are there, lines are there. So that belong to data sets. Now we have two data set, one is Simran, one is for Mohit. So data set is the array collection of objects. So it further contain objects, this one and this one. So this particular label will be visible here and this particular label will be visible here, right? So now I have provided the background color red to the Simran dataset and green to the Mohit dataset. Then this particular data property is the collection of or is the array of elements. We can provide a string value or integer value to it based on our requirements. Now here I am providing 65. So 65 will assign to Jan, 59 to Feb and 80 to March. So for Simran, number of tickets completed in the Jan are 65, in Feb 59 and March 80. Similarly for the Mohit, 28, 48 and 40 tickets are completed in Jan, Feb, March respectively, right? So display true, it means it will display this particular line and it will, whatever I will write here will be visible here. So using the dynamic using the static data like this we can create the graphs, right? So just to understand more, okay, now this is particular team chart. I'm saying constant team chart equal to new chart and passing the value of the placeholder element, that is the here canvas, that it will stick here, and after that I am passing the properties, or we can say that object of particular array graph properties. So like we are calling the jax call, in that we are passing what type of method will be there. Similarly it has the type, then data is the object, then we have options. So options contain plugins, it contains scales. Okay, now we can play with these properties. If I will say blue, it will change color here. Now instead of red it is blue. So multiple properties are there in the objects of the data set, like label, background, data. So for more properties are there, we have the border as well. So mostly these three properties are required. Actually main properties required are label and data. Even if we will not provide the color, by default it will give its own shades without any colors. So I think that's all to understand how we can deal with the static data with the JS graph. In the next part I will show how we can get the dynamic data from the database and then can show inside the graphs. When we will deal with dynamic data, we will make API hit to the .NET Core API, and from there we will get the data for label as well as for the data sets. Other things will be static, or this can be we can make it as a dynamic. What we have no need, mostly this data will get changed. I think that's all in this video. If anyone have any question about it, you guys may ask, you may post, or you can follow me on the LinkedIn. I have provided my LinkedIn profile link inside the description, and also shared both the link of CDN libraries inside the description. Thank you to watch the video. Stay connected for the dynamic data video. Thank you.